Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss this problem called count inversions. So inversions क्या होते हैं? Basically, if you consider any pair of indices I and j, where I is less than j and ai is greater than aj, then that pair will be called as inversion. So for this particular test case, if you see this 2 1, 4 3, and 4 1 are basically our inversions. So what we have to do, we are given an array of length n, and we have to output the total number of inversion present in that array. So for this particular test case, it would be 3, 2 1, 4 1, and 4 3. Now, how can we solve this problem? So basically, the basic and most brute force approach of solving this problem would be to consider every pair of element and then check if I is less than j and ai is greater than j. Then what you can do, you can keep a count and increment it when this condition meets. So basically, the complexity of this solution would be order of n square, but the aim of this video is to solve this problem in order of n log n time complexity and order of n space complexity. So how we will do this? So basically this question is the application of searching and sorting. If you have previously solved the merge sort algorithm, you have done this. So this question is pretty much similar to that. We also call it divide and conquer algorithm. So in divide and conquer, as the name suggests, we divide our problem in sub problems, and then we solve for such sub problem. And after that, using with the help of those sub problems, we solve for our complete problem. So I'm gonna walk you through the code, and while coding, I will explain you the concept and the algorithm. And after that, I will debug this particular test case for you to get more clarity on the problem. All right. So basically, since we will be solving this question with the help of a recursion, so what we will do is first if you know, if you have solved the questions using recursion, of course you would have solved. So I'm assuming you have basic knowledge of recursion at least. So in recursion, what we do, we first have the base case in most of solution at least. We have the base case, and then we call for our sub problem, and then we calculate for our current problem. Or you can do the other way around, like calculating for the current problem and then calling for sub problem depending on the question. All right. So what would be the base case over here? The base case would be if our starting position is greater than equal to ending position, which means either there is one element or there isn't any element. So in that case, there won't be any inversion. So we will return 0. All right. So now we will get the answer of sub problem through the recursion. So how we can do this? We will first calculate the mid as start plus end by 2, and then we will get the answer of left and right part of this array by calling the recursion. And this is the basically the hypothesis which we make in recursion, and we can assume that this recursion will give the correct answer for left and right sub problem. And also we are assuming that our first and second part sub problem which we are getting after recursion will be in sorted manner. All right. Now we will do the computation for the current problem. So we will basically take a temporary array which will be, whose size will be equal to the size of the and right sub array. So its total size would equal to end minus start plus 1. All right. Now we will take an iterator I, which will be initially placed at starting index, and it will iterate from starting to mid. J, which is initially placed at mid plus 1 index, and it will iterate from mid plus 1 to end index for second half. And we are keeping a count to get the number of inversion count while merging these left and right part, and this k is basically the index for our temporary array in which we will be copying our elements after merging them. So I will iterate until mid, j will iterate until end. So if we will check if aj is greater than ai. So when aj says j is a part of second half and I is a part of first half, so when aj is less than ai, in that case we already know I is less than j, since I is less than equal to mid and j is greater than equal to mid plus 1, so I is less than j. And when ai is greater than aj, which means this particular point of time at this particular index, this is our inversion such that I less than j and ai is greater than aj. But since as we assumed that our first and second half, which we after calculating sub problem from recursion, will be in sorted manner. So if it is in sorted manner and array of I is greater than array of j, then all element coming after I will also be greater than array j. So we will in so total number of elements which will be greater than array j would be mid minus I plus 1. So we will increment our count by mid minus I plus 1, since that number of uh, elements are going to make inversion with this current array j. All right. So uh, at the current position, since array of j is smaller than array of I, we will put this array of j in our temporary variable, since we want our temporary variable array to be in sorted manner at the end. All right. So when this is not the case, if array of j is greater than array of I, then that array of j won't make any inversion with this array I at least. So array I is smaller, we will put this in our temporary array, and we will move further in I left half. All right. Then after this loop will get completed, either I will cross the mid or j will cross the end. So whatever will be left, we will just copy it since it's in increasing order already. So if I is still less than equal to mid, then we will copy that, or if j is still less than equal to end, we will copy that. Now we have to, what we have to do, we have to copy this array. We have to actually make changes in our original array ARR, which we have initialized as. So in our original array, we will copy these values from temp from starting to ending position. Since temp is currently holding all elements present from starting to ending position of array I in sorted manner. So we also want our array I to be in sorted manner in this s and I part. All right. So what would be our answer finally? It would be the sum of total number of inversion in left half plus total number of inversion in right half plus inversion when we took one element from left half and another in right half, which is getting calculated over here while merging. All right. So after this step, our recursion will return this total number of count for this particular array and total number of and our array in sorted manner. So finally, we will return that part. All right. Now let's test it out. Compile and run. So we are going to run for this first test case. All right. You can see the answer is coming 3, which is correct only. Now let's see how we went through this problem. We will try to debug for this particular test case now. All right. So right now this is our starting position and this is our ending position. We check if s is greater than equal to n. So s is not greater than equal to n. we will calculate the mid index, which is S is currently 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this one is 4, index 4. So starting plus ending by 2 would become 4 plus 0 equal to 4 by 2 equal to 2. So our mid is at this index right now. All right, this is our mid. So we are calculating for left half and right half. So left half is basically this part 2, 4, 1. Right part is this 3 and 5. So in left part, if you see, there are two number of recursion. Two number of inversion pair 2 and 4, and sorry 4 and 1 and 2 and 1. All right. So this will return 2 as the answer, and this part of array, the first part of array, would be in sorted manner after this part get completed, after this line gets completed. Now it will call on the right half. So after right half will completed, we will get the second portion of array in a sorted manner like this, and total number of inversion present in this right half is 0 only. So the answer coming from this right count will be 0. Okay, now we are making a temporary variable which is equal to this start minus, sorry, end minus start plus 1, means the same size as this one. So right now our k is pointing to this 0 index. Our I is pointing to this 0 starting index, which is 0 here. I will move till 4, and j is at mid plus 1. All right, as you can see here, and our count is 0. So while I is less than equal to mid, j is less than equal to end, we will iterate and we will see if array of j is less than array of I, which is not correct. So we will move to else statement, and at temp of k we will put array of I, we will put 1, we will increment the k, we will increment the I. All right, now at the next again I is less than equal to mid, j is less than equal to end. So we will again check if array of j is less than array of I, which is not the case. So again we will put array of I at temp of k, we will increment k, we will increment I, we will increment I and k. All right, now we are at 4 and j is at 3. So again we check if array of j is less than array of I. Of course it is less, since 3 is less than 4. So count will get incremented to mid, which is this position only, minus I, which is this position only, plus 1. So count will incremented to 1. This count will become 1. Okay, so in that case we will put array of j at this, array of j at temp of k, we will increment j, we will increment k. All right, then again we will check if I is less than equal to mid. Of course I is at mid. J is less than equal to end. Of course j is at end position. We will check array of j less than array I, not. So we will put array of I over here, we will increment I, we will increment j, we will increment I, we will increment k, sorry. Now I is not less than equal to mid, this will get terminated. Okay, now we will come to this position. Let's erase this first. Okay, now this loop will not run as I is not less than equal to mid. This loop will run as j is less than equal to end. So we will just copy j value and we'll keep incrementing j and k. Now this loop also gets ended. Now in our temp we have this portion from ending to starting to end in a sorted manner, and the count that we get while merging is 1, and count that we got from left was 2, count we that got from right was 0. Now in our original array, which is this, we will from I equal to starting to I equal to end, we will keep copying these values. So this our finally array will become sorted like this. It's this only. And finally we will return left count, which is 2, plus right count, which is 0, plus count, which is 1. So our final answer, which we are getting over here, is 3. So we are returning 3. All right. Now let's submit this problem. Let's submit it. Okay. All right, so it got submitted. I hope you understood the problem. And if you have any confusion, or if you want me to make any video on any particular question on any algorithm which you want to learn, then please do comment, or you can DM me, uh, and I will try to come up with best possible solution, and will try to explain it to you. All right, so please do subscribe, and thank you.